YouTube, what's going on once again? This is your guy, Jay Ivory. I appreciate you guys for coming by the channel today, checking out this build I got for you guys. Now, this build is a build that I would have done in the past if I did not want to play like the 3 or the 4 this year. This is like my fancy build. For the past 2Ks, I've always been a point guard and I always used to be fancy, dropping people off with great crossovers, sending out fancy passes for assists. This is the build right here for you guys right now if you want to be a fancy player in the park, in the next gen, the city. Now, before we even get into the build, man, I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming in. But if you can do me a favor, hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel and have my noties on. I am a YouTube streamer as well, so I want to bring some live 2K22 content live to you guys here as well. And I might drop a build for every 5 positions, so have your noties on. Oh, we don't know, but have your noties on. So let's get into this build right here. It's a fancy build for all you fancy people out there. Let's go. Alrighty guys, let's get into the meat and bones of this video. So I'm going to be going through this video with you guys one by one to show you what type of fancy point guard build that I've made here for you guys. And honestly, I think it's going to be the best build in the city throughout the whole year. So let's dive right into this. Now, have your name whatever you want to be, have your last name whatever you want to be, have your position. Now this is where you should listen to me. Your position should be point guard, okay? Have your hand, you can have your hand whatever you want. I'd always do right, and you can pick your jersey number, whatever you guys like. Me, I pick 83, and if you know why I pick 83, you just know why I pick 83. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I see a lot of people been using 6'3". I want my point guard build to be 6'4". I want his weight to be 175. We have to utilize the speed and acceleration. We're going to keep the wingspan at 6'7", make sure they're a long point guard. For a lot of people can't get around them, and you guys can be locking up on the perimeter defense. Body type, we want it to be defined. I like defined. I honestly do not think it matters, but I would suggest using defined body shape. Alrighty, now let's get into the attributes. Now this build is fancy, so most likely guys, you do not, if you want to be fancy, in my opinion, you do not have to dunk to be fancy. You will be able to dunk with this build as soon as I go through all the attributes, but they're only time you're really going to be able to dunk is going to be on wide open like lanes when no one's in the paint. And honestly, you're going to be able to get to the paint with this type of build with your dribbling skills, and most likely if you're playing park or even pro-am, or even my career, if you guys do like a 5 out, you'll be able to have an open lane to the paint with your dribbling skills. So let's get into this. You want your close shot to be 60, nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. Only reason it really is 60 just because it has to interact with the mid-range. You want your driving layup to be 50, even at 50, nothing too wild. You still want to keep your defense on their toes, so keep it at 50, because make them know, be like, hey, he can still drive it. You want your driving dunk to be a 54. You do not need standing dunk or post control because you're not a big man down there. We're not making a 6'4" big man down in the paint. Now the shooting, we want you to be immaculate at shooting at any parts of the court. So your mid-range needs to be an 89 mid-range, okay? 89 mid-range. All right. Now your 3-point, max your 3-point completely out to a 91. A 91 mid-range. You want your free throw to be 85 guys, 85, just because when you do drive to the paint, most likely you might not finish, but if you get fouled, in my career, pro-am or rec, you'll be able to go to the line and you can finish at the line. All right, now playmaking, let's make this get very interesting. Well, you want your passing accuracy to be an 82. You can still do all the flashy passes. You can still do you have great pass accuracy. You have great great way to be a floor general. You will be this build. All right, you'll be able to get assists. You won't be able to throw wild, and you can actually throw out of the pass, out of the shot with this build, still with a passing actually at 82. Now you want your ball handling to be an 86. Your ball handling will be 86. You'll get all the elite dribble moves. You will get all the elite dribble moves. Remember that. You will still get all your elite dribble moves with an 86 ball handle. You'll still be able to cross up people, still get ankle breaker. You'll still be able to do all this. You'll be able to do basically anything when you pick your ball up, you're dribbling, you can step back and pull it from 3. That's why you have a 91 3 up there. All right, you want this to be an 87. You want your speed with ball 87. That makes you quick. Okay, that makes you quick. Basically, with those 2 stats, you'll be able to do anybody's dribbling moves as the point guard, shooting guard, anyone that's a dribbler in the league. You'll be able to use their build, especially since I want you guys to listen to me. Before you go and make this build, make sure you have to be under 6'5" to get the elite. That's why we're 6'4". You have to be under 6'5" to get the elite dribbling moves. Now, defense, you should not be in the interior. If your teammates put you in the interior, they're bad defense. I mean, they are bad teammates, and they want to see you lose. They want to see you lose. Perimeter defense though, you want to be 85. I want you out there locking up kids. Guys, I've learned in the past 2Ks, especially you people that are out there that are complaining about defense, you need to be able to hold the line. You need to be able to hold on defense, help your team out. Do not be a liability for your team. It does not matter that if you have a 99 for 3-point, it does not matter if you have a 99 speed with ball. But if the guys you're going against are still scoring, what's the whole point? What's the whole point? We don't need that to happen. Now your steal, also, I want you guys to be like Patrick Beverly. So that's why we want your steal to be an 86. We want you guys to be like Patrick Beverly out there, stealing everybody's cookie jar. I want you to get up in a tense with that build, with them. Meet them at the half court line. Let them know you cannot go any farther. So these are the only 2 that you need from defensive and rebounding. Now we have block, don't need it. Offensive rebound, don't need it. Like I said, if your teammates put you in this type of position, they're not your teammates, and go find some new friends. Go find some new teammates. Honestly, go find some new teammates. And this is where we're at right now with the physicals. We want your speed to be maxed out to a 94. A 94 speed. We want you guys to be running around that with your ball handling at an 80, ball handling at an 86, and your speed with ball at an 87. We want you guys to be Speedy Gonzalez's out there. You guys are going to be able to do your Curry slide. You guys are going to be able to dribble for very long periods of time with this build. You guys are going to be able to do a lot of things with this build still. Do not let people say, oh, you need a 90. No, you don't. You don't. We want you to be the perfect point guard out there. The perfect point guard out there does not need to be able to dribble so much, and not need to be able to shoot so much that you're just going to be missing. You're going to be missing. You're going to be slow. No, we don't need that. Now, this is where your short burst as a dribbler, we want your acceleration to be a 92. It maxes out. So that means you're going to have your short burst of acceleration when you're dribbling. You're going to be leaving people stuck. They're not going to be able to keep up with you. And I promise you, you're going to be turning people around and breaking their ankles. Promise. Now, you don't need any strength, because you're not going to be down there in the paint, and you don't really need to drive through anybody just because you're going to be quick enough that they're not going to be able to touch you. Now, your vertical, this is what I was talking about earlier. When you drive to the paint, I like to keep my defenders guessing what I can do. I like to keep them guessing what I can do. So basically what I mean from that, you want your vertical to be high enough, because when it shows your dunk animation in the open lane, they will adjust your defense to you. They will adjust your defense. So you dribble, you go to the lane, and you dunk it the first time. They're like, okay, well, this build can dunk as well. All right, cool. They're going to adjust to you. So most likely, if you're in the park, they'll bring someone into the paint and they'll leave someone open at the corner. So this is where your passing accuracy comes to. You drive to the paint, you throw a nice fancy flashy pass to the corner, your boy hits the three. And if they don't hit the three, we keep running that play because we're gonna let that thing fly. Now, you're gonna have a stamina of 90. The reason that it's 90, you're gonna be dribbling so much and you're gonna be using a lot of stamina. You're gonna be holding, you're gonna be boosting, you're gonna be doing a lot. You're gonna be losing a lot of stamina. I want you guys to take a look at this build right now. Look at this build. You get 33 potential bad points for shooting. You get 29 potential bad points for playmaking. You get 17 potential bad points for defense and rebounding. Now, understandable, you only get 3 for finishing, but this build is not really a finisher. It's a fake finisher. We can still have you finish at the basket, right? We're still gonna have you finish at the basket, but that's not gonna be your primary thing you're gonna be able to do. Because what does everybody like to do in the park and pro-am? When someone gets a beat at the perimeter and they drive to the lane, everybody collapses. You're gonna be able to dish that out to the open man, and we are going to make plays. This build's gonna help you go on a winning streak. All right, now let's go into the takeovers that I chose for this build. I personally like the limitless range. Pull up behind the three. You're gonna let them guessing that they're not gonna come up on you, and you're gonna pull up from freaking the half court line, and you're gonna ice it. You're gonna drain it in everybody's eye. The secondary, I like, since you're gonna be on the perimeter, I like the enhanced jump shot contest, because we all know what type of builds people are making. They're all making dribble guards right now, especially the point guards. That's what type of builds that they make, and most likely they do that Curry slide, and they're going to try to pull up. This is going to help you with your takeover, that as soon as you get there, you're going to have enhanced jump shot contests, so that's going to help you boost. All right, that's going to boost against perimeter shooters. So that is the 2 takeovers that I like to choose for this build. Now let's get into what 2K22 classified this build as. And we are a playmaking shot creator. We have shades of Nick Van Exel, Mike Conley, who is now like, I mean, Mike Conley's nice. And then we have Stephen Curry, who is damn near the face of the NBA and who is actually on this thumbnail. That's why that thumbnail was made, because we are going to be like the Stephen Curry, making plays, shooting long range three, and still playing defense. All right, this build is going to help you use this build, and actually, you don't even need to believe me. Check out some of these game clips I got for you guys. All right, here go some gameplay clips right here. Look at that pull up green from Midi. That's what we want. Drive through, can make contested layups. I told you guys, this is what this build can do. Just look at these builds. Look what he's doing. Spin moving, pulling up for 3 in anybody's eye, greening them. Look at him. Catch and shoot, pulling up in the eye again. You can hear it in my voice. He can do it all. Look at this. Look, this build can do it all, man. This is a point guard right here. A point guard can make defensive plays. You see that right there? Come on now. Oh, hey, look at the space. Oh, sight, pull up in both of their eyes. Come on, man. Don't help defense on this build, because you're not going to do anything. This guy is a mid-range animal. He's trading. Look how much dribbling he's doing. Let's just take a silence and look. And then he finishes at the rim. Come on, this build can do it. Catch and shoot, pull up, fade into the crowd. Like, he can just do it all. This is a great build right here. I'm trying to tell you guys, this is an easy build to use. Do not let these people try to prove you wrong. Come on, man.